So this is Group 8, Adrian Davidson, Sean Milan and Hugh Cawley's demo of our game. I'll just walk you through the game first. I think that's the simplest way to do things. So straight away it comes up a little bit of information on what the goal is. This is the level itself. So our goal is to capture the heart of the subject and bring it back to Melbourne. So we have our mental stability heads-up display, which is essentially our health. And that goes down every time we get hit by an assignment. We have the heart of the subject captured, and that's shown in the top right hand side corner. And just a little notification. And then we have to bring it back to Melbourne without dying. So once we have the heart, we can then go back to Melbourne and pass the level. It'll also bring me through failing. This is where our mental stability goes down to 0. So for this, our sprite updates to a deceased animation, and then just a pop-up. The restart notification comes up. The game, whenever it wins or loses, is simply set to pause. This is how it's just frozen in time. So just before I put it in pause, we update the sprite. We update the sprite, and then that changes it to the C sprite. This entire project is based on a tutorial we found, just detailing a simple side scroller 2D. The graphics, everything here is either made by me or using open game art. So it's just a bunch of license-free art that you can use. So I'll bring you through some of the mechanics of the game. This is our 2D side scroller. So this is our event graph. Up here, yeah, we're just creating the. Yeah, this is the just a little tutorial that pops up at the start. We just have that on a delay for 4 seconds, just to give the user an idea of what they need to do. We have the health widget down here, which will get the player character's health bar. Yeah, this is just setting the health bar onto the screen itself. The health bar has the value of the health down here. This float is bound to the heads-up display. I'll show you heads-up display. Yeah, so we just have it up here. This percentage is a get percentage of, and that is bound to the character's health, or mental stability, as we're calling it. So down here we have handle movement. A lot of this is the default that came with it. Just here is where I have the dying animation, so it sees if it is this is restart notification widget. Yes, this is just if our health goes down to 0, and then the restart will come up and get added to the viewport as well. Down here we have restart. This is an input, so just pressing enter on restart will make this occur, and it just restarts the level whenever the level has failed. It is an input that executes while paused. That's the important thing. If it didn't execute on pause, then we wouldn't get to restart the game. We wouldn't have any inputs going in. So that's important. And then just execute console command restart level. This is some functionality for shooting for the character, but we eventually thought we'd take that out and just have assignments be shot at us. This is all standard. Yep. So that's our 2D side-scroller character. This is what it looks like. So it's just a capsule component with a paper sprite in between. So the paper sprite is again got off open game art and then modified by me using Photoshop. So we also have a heart obtained as a boolean, so that just checks if whenever we capture the heart, when we return to Melbourne, it checks if we have the heart. If we do, we can then complete the level. That is simply the boolean that is used to update our sprite to the deceased one, and then restart game gets or the restart game heads-up display gets shown to the user. This is the enemy, which is our lecture, so we can see our view for it. Important thing is we wanted it to spawn out our shots, which would be our assignments. So we have a 2-second delay that every 2 seconds a new shot is thrown. This is just extra functionality before I added the pause screen, just so if our character is dead, then stop the spawning of the assignments. So this is the spawn character at the shot, and we also have so this up here just checks where is the lecturer and where is the student in relation to each other. So we can check if it's on the right or on the left, and then based on this we can have the lecturer move. So, well, not move, but change their direction so they're always facing us. So that's the lecturer. Again, this is another paper sprite, just edited from the last one. Then we have the shot, which is our assignments. So we have the viewpoint here. Yeah. So this is our sprite, and this just damages our mental stability. So on component begin overlap for the capsule itself. So the capsule, you can set the events here. So this is the one I wanted. So we have a cast to the character. We first off get the health of the character, take away the shot damage, which is this variable here. I think it's set to 0.25, and then we just update the health of the protagonist, our character, and also check that if they are dead, we're setting their character or the character's variable to dead also. That's the restart win notifications. the heart obtained. I'll just go over this very quickly. This is again just a simple on collision event, Melbourne. So here we see on component begin overlap. We want to get the 2D character, check that it's heart obtained. If it is, then we want to set the game to pause, and then create the min notification and add it to the viewport. We also have a trap inset. This trap again just does 25% damage whenever you land on it. So 0.25. Yeah, that is the basics of the blueprint on the background. I'll just do one more run through the game. So you can see this is our trap here. When we land on it, it damages our health also. So we can see that our lecture now changes directions and shoots assignments at us. The animations of the sprites were all done using flipbooks. So if you paper sprite and then just combine a few to make a flipbook. And so we use for the character and the beating heart. The fact that the heart of the subject is the core of the module. So you need to have the core of the module in order to pass and try and avoid the stress of assignments. This is our green project. Again, Group 8, Sean, Milan, Adrian Davidson, and Hugh Colley. Thank you.